Hello friends, see you again with me Supercar. In this video I will review the 2023 Ford Ranger Raptor Next Generation. Watch the video until it's finished so you know what's being upgraded to the 2023 Ford Ranger Raptor Next Generation car. Continue to support the Supercar channel by liking, commenting, subscribing, and tapping the bell so you get other latest car videos. Ford has launched the latest generation of the Ford Ranger Raptor. To be more precise, the truck that was unveiled to the eyes and ears of the public yesterday is a model intended for other markets around the world, but that will not bother anyone. Ford has decided to offer the latest generation Ranger Raptor in North America for 2023. We can expect a version will look very much like the truck just presented, especially since it borrows its trademarks from the new Maverick. Any differences in our version will be minimal and relate primarily to regulatory requirements for North America or only to trim levels. The 2023 Ford Ranger Raptor is essentially a streamlined version of the high-flying, speed-defying F-150 Raptor. Like its big brother, the off-road ready Ranger will also feature widened fenders, tough tires, extra ground clearance, and an unmistakable grille. While it will use the same boxy ladder frame as the regular Ranger, the Raptor variant will receive a long travel suspension for jumping over jumps and a more powerful engine for faster desert runs. Ford will only be offered in one body style, a crew cab connected to a 5-foot cargo box. The interior should have a distinct decoration and a feature-laden infotainment system. While the exterior changes are quite eye-catching, the most significant transformation is on the inside. Compared to the current Ranger Raptor's old interior, the cabin of the new model is much more modern. Among other elements, we find a large 12-inch touchscreen arranged vertically, as well as a bunch of gauges with a digital display. The Sync multimedia system is included, as is the premium audio system that will be offered with the more upscale version. We'll have to see what else is planned for our market. Of course, the arrival of a new generation of Ranger can only help the model, whose sales have not lived up to expectations in recent years. We can only hope that the price range is at least within a reasonable range, unlike the current edition. Naturally, the 2023 Ford Ranger Raptor has an all-new look. It follows the likes of the recently released and revealed Ranger and Everest, which are based on the Ford F-Series truck book. The Matrix LED headlamps are wrapped in C-clamp daytime running lights, and the Ford decorated grille is more prominent and proud than before. Since the standard Ranger itself grows 50 mm wider in the new generation, the Raptor's increase in width is not as pronounced. now 100 millimeters wider overall, which still required flared armor to help accommodate the larger, wider rolling stock. Perhaps as important as the new powertrain is the step the dampers have taken in this generation of Raptor. Some of the elements are the same: a Fox-branded monotube unit with a diameter of 2.5 inches and an internal bypass. There's no internal floating piston at this time. Instead, there's electronically controlled variable compression damping, which Fox calls the live valve. This is the extra space on the bottom of the damper, which is perpendicular and has some wires coming out of it. This is an additional method of controlling the flow of oil in the damper by opening and closing the valve to reduce or increase compression damping. Combine these variable shock absorbers with an adjustable steering and exhaust system, along with the usual array of powertrain and chassis control systems, and you can more accurately call this new Raptor for its intended purpose. Engine, transmission, and performance. The 2023 Ranger Raptor will feature a twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 that's said to make 392 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. However, those figures could be slightly different than the US version. It's essentially the same setup found on the Ford Bronco Raptor, which includes a 10-speed automatic transmission and standard four-wheel drive, complete with locking front and rear differentials. Compared to its pedestrian counterpart, the Raptor will have a sturdier suspension and beefier off-road equipment. Along with a higher ride height and increased ground clearance, it has 33-inch all-terrain tires that bookend wider front and rear tracks. Interior, comfort, and cargo. Overall, the interior of the Ranger Raptor feels good and comfortable to use. There's an additional pop-out cup holder under the air vent and an additional glove box. USB-A and USB-C receptacles hide near the wireless charging pad, and the center console is a decent size. Of course, it's an experience largely dominated by the two large digital screens. More on that later. The Raptorized Ranger will be slightly different from the regular version. While we still wish for a lot of hard plastic and some rubber material, Ford is beautifying the cabin with exclusive content. The foreign version offers leather and micro-suede upholstery and very strong front seats. In addition to a pair of aluminum paddle shifters, the steering wheel must sport a red band at 12 o'clock, indicating superior performance. We anticipate it will offer a similar set of standard and optional features to a standard truck, including dual-zone automatic climate control, heated front seats, remote start, and more. The Ranger Raptor will probably only come in one configuration, crew cab body style with a 5-foot cargo box. Infotainment and connectivity. We expect every Ranger Raptor to have an 8.0-inch touchscreen with the latest Ford Sync infotainment software. That means Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and subscription-based Wi-Fi hotspots are standard features. Along with a variety of charging ports, the wide-body Ranger will likely offer options such as built-in navigation and a 12-speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system. The cluster in front of the driver can feature live navigation, along with lots of technical and mechanical readings for when you want to get nerdy. Digital clusters can also be customized according to your own information mix. The infotainment display is also great, with a good mix of complexity, features, and ease of use. There are plenty of menus and options to get lost in, but a few permanent buttons at the top can get you back to the core areas. Despite the large screen, Ford managed to fit some physical, dual-zone, climate control buttons on the bottom, along with the all-important volume knob. This helps, simply because these buttons and dials are easier to operate on the go than the screen, although climate control is also duplicated on the screen. Unlike when the first Raptor rolled out in Australia, which was missing some of the safety equipment enjoyed by the standard Ranger, Ford has given the new Raptor both barrels in terms of safety equipment. The entire Ranger range is not yet equipped with ANCAP finishes. However, a shopping list of safety equipment is worth running in this case: autonomous emergency braking, adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go function, traffic sign recognition, blind spot monitoring with rear traffic warning, lane departure warning and lane maintenance assistance, automatic headlights and high beam, 360-degree camera, front and rear parking sensors, tire pressure monitoring and intelligent speed limit assist. Blind spot monitoring can also be calibrated to suit your trailer, and the Raptor is also smart enough to have a gap when parking itself. Although, I can't say I tested it. Another important safety feature for four-wheel drive is the inclusion of dual restore points, both front and rear. More four-wheel drive should have this as standard equipment. There is only one model in the Ford Ranger Raptor's launch lineup, starting at $85,490 plus on-road costs, though price increases by $1,300 to $86,790 plus on-road costs from March 2023 production onwards. Metallic paint adds $675, $700 from March 2023 production onwards. The factory-installed Raptor line costs $500, and factory-installed beadlock-enabled wheels are $2,000, excluding Ford Performance beadlocks that replace the trim on road wheels. Despite the high-performance nature of the Ranger Raptor, the petrol-based powertrain makes for a less expensive vehicle to maintain than the diesel-powered Ranger. Ford is charging $299 per visit for the first 4, which will cover 4 years or 60,000 kilometers. It's reasonably priced, but typical high-speed off-roading might require some additional maintenance and servicing from the Raptor's high-end suspension system. Insuring the Ranger Raptor, using our regular parameters, under a comprehensive plan comes to $2,296.84 for 1 year. This is based on a comparative quote for a 35-year-old male driver living in Chatswood, NSW. Insurance estimates may vary based on your location, driving history, and personal circumstances.